Okay, let's unpack this. You know how quickly the world of electric vehicles is evolving, right? It feels like almost every week there's like a new player or some breakthrough that completely shifts things. Today we're taking a deep dive into a specific Chinese automaker, Changan Deepal.
Hmm.
They're making some truly significant waves. And frankly, they might just have this incredible edge in efficiency and innovation. It's absolutely worth exploring. It's a brand that's been on my radar. And yeah, the more I looked into the sources, the more convinced I became about, the direction they're heading.
It is remarkable how quickly new players are emerging globally, and Changan Deepal certainly stands out. Our mission for this deep dive really is to extract the most important nuggets about their technology, their overarching strategy, and what precisely makes them such a potent competitive force in this whole electrified mobility space. We're aiming to give you that informed perspective, quickly.
Absolutely. So we're going to journey through who Changan Deepal actually is, what unique aspects make their tech so special, maybe so efficient, and crucially, where they're heading on the global stage. It's a compelling story. You've got immense scale meeting cutting-edge innovation, and it challenges a lot of preconceived notions about the auto industry. Okay, here's where it gets really interesting and perhaps surprising for many listening. Changan isn't just another startup that popped up overnight. No, not at all. Far from it. We're talking about one of China's largest automakers, a company with a history that spans, what, roughly 40 years? They've produced millions upon millions of vehicles over those decades.
That's right, decades of experience.
So when you hear Chinese EV, you might think of a brand that's very new, but Changan has these deep roots. And get this, they even have a design center in Turin, Italy.
Turin. Well,
Yeah, Turin. A city synonymous with automotive design excellence, right? It's not just about the raw engineering. It's about infusing that, European design sensibility into the look of their Deepal models. It really speaks volumes about their global ambitions and their commitment to aesthetics, too.
that's a critical point. Deepal isn't just some random new model line, it's Chang'an's dedicated sub-brand. It's specifically carved out for their electrified and, well, their most innovative models. And this strategic focus, it's backed by the sheer might of the global Colossus China South Industries Group, giving them immense resources.
Right, that backing is key.
Exactly. It allows them to relentlessly push boundaries in electric and hybrid tech, not just for China, but well, they have significant global growth objectives already in motion. This isn't a casual dip into EVs. It's a calculated, well-resourced move to capture a big slice of the new energy vehicle market worldwide. They're building a brand identity specifically around this advanced technology.
Okay, so diving deeper into the technology itself, our sources pinpoint two absolutely crucial breakthroughs from Deepal, things that really grab your attention. Incredibly high efficiency electric motors and truly competitive range figures that are frankly challenging some of the best out there. It makes you wonder how quickly the leaders might change. Let's talk specifics for a second. Take the Deepal SO5, for instance. This is a fully electric model. It boasts a 175 kilowatt motor, which is, respectable. Gets it 0 to 100 kilometers in a pretty brisk 7.3 seconds.
Yeah.
But the real showstopper, the figure that genuinely makes you sit up and take notice, a battery promising over 1,000 kilometers of range in its most efficient configuration.
1,000 kilometers.
Yeah, when you see a number like that,
Yeah.
what does it truly signify for the everyday driver? Because I'm picturing driving, I don't know, from Paris to Berlin maybe, or New York to Chicago on one chart. That's a completely different kind of EV travel, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. If we connect this to the bigger picture, achieving such extensive range. With these high-efficiency motors, it directly addresses one of the most persistent concerns for potential EV buyers: range anxiety.
That's the big one.
It is. For many, the thought of long journeys, finding chargers, or just running out of power is a major hurdle. A 1,000-kilometer range fundamentally dismantles that barrier. It allows for much greater freedom or convenience. It makes long-distance travel a much less stressful idea for EV owners. It shifts the whole paradigm from, can I make it, to, where do I want to go next?
That's a huge psychological shift.
It is. Now, it's important to note that a 1,000-kilometer range often refers to specific test cycles, like China's CLTC, which can be, let's say, more optimistic than real-world driving or the WLTP cycle used in Europe.
Right. Different standards give different numbers.
Exactly. But even accounting for that, even if the real-world number is lower, it still signifies an extraordinary leap forward, a leap in battery tech and powertrain efficiency that really sets a new benchmark.
And it's not just the performance on the road, is it? The sources also highlight Deepal's, incredible operational efficiency. Changan is touting a productivity and efficiency gain of 20% on their assembly lines compared to traditional standards. 20%.
That's substantial.
Yeah, it really is. That's not a minor tweak. That's a significant operational advantage. How does that kind of production efficiency translate into real market competitiveness? Real power.
Well, this raises a fascinating and really important question. How does that ripple through the market? A 20% gain isn't just an internal cost saving. It means they can potentially build more vehicles faster and at a lower cost per unit.
Okay.
So this directly translates into greater flexibility for Deepal. They could choose to offer more accessible pricing, make these advanced vehicles more competitive, more attractive to a wider range of consumers.
Or keep the price up and boost profits.
Or, exactly, leverage that increased profitability to reinvest even more heavily into R&D, further accelerating their innovation cycle, maybe widening the gap with competitors. It's a strategic advantage that hits both affordability for the customer and the company's long-term leadership potential. It really could disrupt the established automotive hierarchy.
What's also really smart, I think, about Deepal's strategy is their versatile offering.
Okay.
They're not just going all in on 100% electric vehicles, right? They also have what's called an extended range electric vehicle, or ERE.
Like range extender, yeah.
Exactly. This is a clever solution for those people who are still a bit hesitant about full electrification, maybe because of charging worries or just wanting that extra peace of mind for really long trips. The Deepal S09, for example, really illustrates this ERV concept beautifully. It combines a 1.5-liter turbo engine, but here's the key thing. That engine acts solely as an electricity generator.
Right, it doesn't drive the wheels directly.
No, it just feeds a main electric motor. And that motor delivers up to a very robust 341 kilowatts of power. Propels the vehicle to a top speed of 205 km/h. So you get that immediate electric drive feel, the silent running, the instant torque for your daily commute, let's say. But you also have the peace of mind of a gasoline backup for those truly long journeys. It eliminates any range anxiety, even if charging points are sparse. It kind of offers the best of both worlds.
What's fascinating here is how this ERV solution precisely caters to different mobility needs and different consumer mindsets. It offers all the benefits of electric driving for daily use, lower emissions, lower running costs. But crucially, the range extender gives you unparalleled flexibility for longer trips without relying solely on charging infrastructure, which, let's be honest, might not be fully built out everywhere yet.
Still a work in progress in many areas.
Exactly. So this effectively bridges a critical gap for a big chunk of consumers, people who are interested in EVs but maybe aren't quite ready to commit to purely battery electric. It's a very pragmatic, very appealing approach that definitely broadens the market for electrified vehicles.
And their commitment to range, it seems pretty consistent across their lineup. Another relevant model we found in the sources, the Deepal SL03, also boasts seriously impressive autonomy. Depending on the version, it approaches anywhere from 700 to potentially 1,200 kilometers, again, with very competitive performance data in China. It just underscores their focus on pushing the boundaries of what's possible with EV range.
A clear pattern there.
Yeah, and they're absolutely not staying put.
Yeah.
Changan Deepal is actively expanding into Europe. They're proposing models like the Deepal S07. These European versions, they'll come with 160 kilowatts and 190 kilowatt powertrains, with a declared range of up to 475 kilometers according to the WLTP cycle.
Ah, WLTP, so a more realistic figure for Europe.
Right, the Worldwide Harmonized Light Vehicles Test Procedure. It's a common, more rigorous standard used there. It tends to give more realistic range figures than some other cycles. And this clearly shows a calculated, serious intent to compete globally, not just exporting cars, but adapting them properly.
Well, this naturally raises a very important question. How will these highly technological, highly competitive offerings from Changan Deepal, how will they truly impact the established automotive markets in Europe and, well, beyond?
That is the question.
Their strategic positioning as an innovator, focusing relentlessly on efficiency, significant range, and tech competitiveness. It clearly signals their intent to be a major global force. We've seen Chinese brands slowly but surely gain traction over the years, and Deepal's entry with this kind of tech could potentially accelerate shifts in market dynamics, challenging long-held consumer preferences, and frankly, raising expectations for what efficiency, range, and overall value should look like. It's a real test for the incumbents, no doubt about it.
So, okay, to pull all these threads together then, what our deep dive into Changan Deepal reveals? It's a brand that's aggressively pushing the boundaries of electric vehicle technology, really pushing hard. They are bringing to market remarkable range capabilities, highly efficient motors, smart, versatile powertrain solutions like the EREV, and truly impressive production capabilities on top of that.
The whole package.
Yeah, they're not just another player entering an already crowded field. It
Yeah.
feels like they're bringing serious innovation, challenging the very notion of what's possible in electrified mobility. It feels like one of those moments where the future of automotive is truly being redefined, maybe from places that might surprise some people.
Ultimately, Changan Deepal is positioning itself not just as another car manufacturer among many, but as a genuine innovator setting new benchmarks in the electrified sector. And this development, I think, invites you, the listener, to consider how these advancements, particularly coming from emerging markets, how they are fundamentally reshaping expectations. Expectations for efficiency, for range, for overall value in modern mobility. It's a clear signal that the future of automotive innovation is truly global, it's highly dynamic, and it's evolving rapidly right before our eyes.
Definitely something to mull over as you navigate your own journey, maybe even when you're thinking about your next car. That's all for this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring.